I was born as a star.
Yo, people, welcome back to The Fix. It's your boy Nar here with Ari of a Western cowboy, a Western rock star in the building. But before we get to that, we have to say big ups to our sponsors, Itopia Life Herb House, where cannabis and culture combine for one of a kind experience. Visit them at 10 AOS Kings House Road, just across on the Canadian Embassy. Also follow them on IG at Itopia Life or visit their webpage at itopialife.com for latest info on strains and merch. This video is also brought to you by
Lulu's Holistics. Follow them on Instagram at Lulu's Holistics, and you can check them out at www.lulusholistics.com, and you can use our code TheFix to get 10% off your next purchase.
You can also use our code TheFixJ8 to get a discount off your next purchase of Curly Lox's new book, Planet Earth, the greatest book ever written, bar none. Just use the link in the description of every video that we post and use that promo code and get yourself that fine piece of literature. Also,
Big up Lothian's Boutique. Follow them on Instagram at Lothian's Boutique, and you can check them out in Portmore at 23 West Tradeway. That's 23 West Tradeway in Portmore, and you can use my code Ariane10 to get 10% off your next bundle purchase.
all right, as we say, we have a Western rock star in the building. Cowboy in the building. Goes by the name of Wesrok. Bless up, sir.
Yeah, Wesrok, the best rock.
See
yeah,
it there?
Blessed.
Man, all of us slang.
Yeah.
So let's just get into it.
Yeah.
What is it that you do, the genre of music that you do, for people who may not be familiar with you?
Yeah, I do country reggae.
Country reggae.
Yeah, which is a mix of country music and reggae music.
Okay.
And that's something very, new for us, because it's either dancehall or reggae, lovers rock, but never the blend of country and reggae. Even though it said that country music and reggae music are one of the same music, right?
Yeah, well, it may be new to an extent, but there was a project I think was taken on with a number of Jamaican musicians, Busy Signal and some others.
Yeah, I remember Busy Signal having
Reggae country.
Yeah, I
something
remember
like that. That was a
something
project.
Yeah.
Came out of Nashville. But the thing about like any other project, if you don't sustain it and fuel it, it will die. So most of these persons were orchestrated on the platform of reggae. So it would have been easier to divert into reggae if country is not working. But for me, I was born and bred in the life of country. So I personally like to be different each time. Everything I do, I want to be different. So I said, let me take up the mantle and run with it and see what a difference I can make. And so far it has really been encouraging, because I was born with this vocal. I have this natural vibe for music from I was a boy, growing up in the rural town of Bogwalk, St. Catharines. And I grew up on country music like many other Jamaicans, the Kenny Rogers, the Charlie Pride, the Martha Rabin, these people. But I took on a love for country music because country music represent my life. The struggles. I grew up in rural poverty and
country music, and you related to country music because of that?
Yeah, country music is rural life.
Okay.
It doesn't take you on top of the hill with that kind of lifestyle where you flash with gold chain and cars and so on. Okay. Most people country music are more roots bound. They like the classic type of vehicle, the older type of machine. They wear a jacket. They are not fussy over clothing, fashion, and yet the some of the most wealthy persons are really country stars. Country music is by far a very international music, and the people who are in country music are very clannish.
Because I'm glad you said clannish, of the Ku Klux variety. Just kidding.
They're clannish.
Just kidding. No, but meaning, it's funny that you'd say that, because it's usually a white industry with a very predominantly white audience, and when you think of country music, you think of one set of
Right. Yeah.
people.
You're correct, but
So that's why I'm saying, like, I couldn't understand how you'd relate to it, but I'm
Yes.
understanding it's not really the people, but it's more of the message and the lifestyle that these people.
And in addition to that, music is dynamic. This is how we create new genre of music. Music has never been static over the years. We have pop develop out of this, reggae develop out of that. It always. But you need people with creative mind and thinking to create that catalyst and to lead the charge. So that's what Wesrok is doing. Wesrok is assisting to take reggae music now to another level. And because of my descent and my vibe, I think probably I would be more easy accepted in that kind of atmosphere out there that exists.
You mean within the country music?
Within the country
International.
music. Yeah, the international circle. So it's easier for me to align with reggae because I'm a Jamaican.
Of course.
I'm from the reggae land. So and people
But then
know.
when you say reggae, but you but rock in your name, and you kind of have a rock star. You have a rock star feel. Well, people interpretation of who you are. But how I feel about music is more like music is just neutral for me. I'm just naturally musical. What was your intention to give off that rock star look and feel with your appearance and with the name, I assume?
Well, the not necessarily a rock star look is just probably by virtue of clothing and style, modern way of dressing. I don't think I like the ancient look of the country dress.
The stereotypical with the hat and the cowboy boots and
no, that's
jeans
not
Wrangler.
really my vibe.
Okay.
Because if I'm going to change something, I will have to bring something new. You have to look different. I have to have a little part of it, yes, but adding more to it and make it look like I'm honing it. So that's really what is happening here now. I'm honing the genre and helping to stimulate others to be a part of that movement.
So when you say others now, do you mean younger people or just people within your demographic or age group?
Younger people, surprisingly, most of the people like my songs. They're very catchy. Are some younger people.
When you say younger people, at least.
Well,
I don't know. I know what I mean when I say younger people. When you say younger people, what do you mean?
All
Or the age
right.
range?
I have fans as old as 4-year-old singing my songs. Wesrok, hi, a poor country boy. They don't know all the words, but they remember that.
Yeah.
The thing is this, that the word poor is relative, and people identify a person by their lifestyle. If they experience some level of poverty and so on, and they know that this person now is moving to an area and is willing to share and give, they can see where you're going. So they identify themselves. And if you're not stuck up, you come around and you share with them, you sit down, you talk, you share, you buy ice cream, and you flaunt a phrase or so of music, they will remember it. They will remember you because you are sharing with them. So that's how you get people to really love you as a person, and whatever you do, they will end up liking it.
Before you decide to take up this mantle, as you so eloquently put it earlier, what were you doing before? You were a policeman?
Superintendent.
Superintendent.
Well,
with 2 graduate degrees.
Me did a GG up him thing, sorry. Why?
Yeah.
So I mean, the question is, Mr. Rock, when we read these your status, it almost feels as if you're doing this almost as like a
pet project, maybe.
Yeah, like, and I don't even want to say this, but I'm almost like a midlife crisis. Like, you're just trying to accomplish this thing to kick off your bucket list that I did everything and this is my passion and I'm going to go for it. Is that the vibe?
You're correct to some extent, but it's a little bit more than that.
Okay.
If your passion for something is really what you have always wanted, if your passion for something is to help to fulfill a dream you have where you want to touch people's lives, you want to help to reform people, to inspire them, then you're correct in that sense. I have, my journey has been a success, and it's a success story. It might be relative in the eyes of many people, but where I'm coming from and the kind of belief that I have in myself and the struggles that I went through, to go through the educational system and to come out with 3 degrees, to have entered the Jamaica Constabulary Force, which is, as you know, has a lot to do with physical strength and survival. And persons of my descent now going there, and you walk away at the end of a graduating class of, say, 500 persons, and you came out on top. It speaks to who you are as an individual. So hungry for knowledge, hunger for success has always been in me.
When did you resign, by the way? When did you resign from your post as?
This is over 8 years ago.
Yeah, because I was saying 2014, was it? It's 20, yeah.
Was it as dramatic as I imagine that you handed in like a piece of paper and then you tell them, I'm going to be a country reggae singer? Did you tell them?
In fact, I did not launch into music at that time when I left the JCF.
Last year.
Right?
But it wasn't in your mind at the time? Say, I'm going to...
No, it absolutely was not in my mind.
Okay.
Music has always been in me.
Yeah.
It's like it's an hidden agenda.
So when you decided, like, because you said it, I read that is in 2020 when last year doing everything. I guess it was because of the shutdown and the whole coronavirus that like gave you the impetus to say, well, crap, like things... You never know when it's going to happen, so let's just do it now.
Put it this way, I believe in destiny. Things happen in life. The corona thing is just something, it's another milestone that the world will go through.
Yeah.
Or I've reached. And so the energy that I have been experiencing, the hunger for business success, success as a person, when I became successful in the JCF, at least I'd like to think that way.
You were.
I
Superintendent.
went into business. I met my wife just about the peak of my career as a policeman. Same place in the downtown Kingston.
Oh, that's where you were stationed?
I was in charge of the business district.
Okay.
At one point in time. So I met all the business people. And it was my job to make sure that they are protected and that the community is safe. And out of a business community, I was able to foster young kids in a way where they were like living in and between the business district. They were like belonging to nowhere, and I was able to reach out to them and establish the Downtown Youth Development Foundation, which was then aimed at helping young kids to come together and finding ways in which we could improve their lives. So I've set up that foundation. It still exists. So that foundation pretty soon will be merged into the Wesrok Foundation. So I'm able to do a lot more for it because it was a brainchild when I was in the police force. Now that I'm out, I want to bring it with me to expand it and to incorporate other persons in the structure of it.
You think that you can reach more people as a musician versus your role as a superintendent of police?
Indeed. I knew that from the very first time I saw somebody on a stage, and I saw people react, and the way music was able to ease my discomfort. I knew that message, the music, is really a therapy, and it lives forever. And so, whatever you are in social status that you might ascribe to in society, there's nothing that is more powerful than music.
You sure that wasn't you wanting that high off of, performing for a crowd and, the adulation and cheering of a mass group of
Because you
people?
wouldn't get that as a police. People kind of hate you as a police.
Yeah.
Our society's like, nope, not police.
Yeah.
You're correct to the extent where I've had my disappointment in the way the police force and members of the force have evolved into an image that has fallen out of grace with the populace. But I also recall the days when everybody would want to be a policeman or a postmistress or a nurse or a soldier and so on. I mean, I remember those days. That's why I became a police, because I saw police as a respectable person in society then.
So now everybody want to be an artist.
And then command the respect. The thing is this, I just want to hit the nail on its head, is that my purpose is much bigger than the attention. It's much bigger than whatever, because as I said, I've worked very hard to achieve different things. I don't like to talk about things that I have or own or so, but my life is about a lesson. It's about a message that I really want to share with the world. And I believe if I can share it, I believe it can influence people, and that I get a lot of satisfaction out of.
So
And I have
money
to
isn't
say-
a factor for you in terms
Money?
of how much you'd make from this career path that you're on now?
The interesting thing about it is this, that if I should say to you or to anyone that money is not a factor, I really would be lying. But I can add to that. If I was to say to someone that I choose music because I want more money, then I would be also lying. I did not choose music because I want to gain more money, because as it is here now, I enjoy life. I enjoy life, and I do not have to have a lot of money to enjoy life where I'm at. The satisfaction and the successes that I have achieved over the years have put me into a position where I can help others. I can look back at my life, right?
What does wifey think about this?
My
Leaving a steady job for, the unknown waters of music and all them things.
well, let me put it in context. You're building a house, and you start from the very foundation, right? Until you've worked so hard to get the house up and going. And one day you got it up and going. Your task of dreaming about building a house is over. So I have built a foundation. The foundation is built. I'm comfortable within that foundation, so I can enjoy life. Enjoying life for me is relative. I now want to pursue a passion that has always been in me. So instead of starting a business where I have to interact with people and get frustrated and fed up by the way the human resources can be challenging, why not look within me, invest in myself, and expound on a talent that I have, which is natural?
Because I'm saying, like, because you have to go deal with people in this industry.
Sure.
I bet you can pay them. And it's like, out the way.
So basically, the foundation being set from your work as a police, and
Sure.
you're free to do what you want now. In
Exactly.
Wifey, all right, she cool.
Wifey, I must expand on that because just saying wife is all right would be an understatement. She has been the pillar of my success. She has been there and still his. So the most remarkable thing, and I want to also say this to anybody, when you have a very good relationship and you build a sound relationship of trust, love, confidence, you are set for life because you have someone who you can work through thick and thin. But as a man, and this is a message to all young men, you must ensure that you have the requisite skills. You must ensure that you work hard to achieve for yourself. No woman is going to take you up with nothing.
Yo, this is a word.
Yeah. Don't look to a woman to get what she has. Look to share what she has with what you have. So the question is, what do you have?
True.
Don't think about yourself as a body because material things are important. So you need to really go to school, get an education, and get a job.
I think this is a
Have a
word for the
plan.
girls out there too.
Sure. You know, sometimes
Not just for the young
Mr.
men.
Wesrok is a old time man. Him know what it is to take care of him woman. Okay, on a modern man.
well,
don't know what it is to take care of a woman. I want to say something else, but on a modern man don't know what it is to take care of a woman. Okay, okay.
I don't know why I take this person. All right.
yeah. The thing is this, that when you speak about the women in general, you tend to have a more balanced argument. You know, men by default were made to be leaders, and they were
Providers.
made to stand in a certain position for life, you know, and that has not changed. And if that was really happening, I think we'd have a better world. We'll have a better Jamaica.
True.
That's a word.
Yeah.
Bless up Sir Wesrok for passing through. This was an interesting conversation, to say the least.
Well,
And I must give you props too, because your whole rollout is so professional, and I see that you have like your own boss. So and I see that you have a company, a record label too. So you're doing everything
Yes.
independently on your own.
I that's me. That's just who I am. I mean, I just like to go big and go all out.
Which is right. Why people like your former colleagues from the force think about your direction?
I've never been able to sit down and have the conversation with them because though I keep in touch with one or two, we talk about other things.
Okay.
I don't like to talk about my
Past life.
Yeah, I like to talk. I like to look ahead. I like to look at the future.
So none of them not see what you do and say,
It look like they-
rate what you do, you know.
It looked like
Well-
it soured his JCF.
Wow, look
Yeah,
so-
like he never.
The
wasn't great
thing
leading.
about it is this, that there are many people who would see you and see success. But we're living in Jamaica and we're living in the world. If you flaunt success on people, your own personal achievements and success, there's somebody there who is going to want to tear you down.
You
So-
can't just say them bad mind, you know.
Yeah.
Like you can't just say, you know. Them
we
see
can't
you
say
go out with
that.
things, you know. Them stuck in the force, the mire of, you know.
And,
Get
and
shot.
All them that
Get
gunshot
shot
and all
off.
them things there while you're living a good life
Sure.
of an artist.
And people
right
are
now. Them bad mind, you can't say it, Wesrok.
play ice cream truck on them pass.
You know what I mean? Yo, is that if
Disrespect.
there's any time not to
The
be a policeman that you chose not to be a
disrespect.
policeman, I know. Good
it
time.
would be now.
Yeah, because the mother see her play, as I said, ice cream tune and all them things. Yeah.
The
The
disrespect.
disrespect. Wesrok, give thanks for passing through, sir. Where can people follow you on social media?
Well, it's Wesrok Music.
And spell the rock because it's not
It's
RC.
Wesrok.
Okay.
Wesrok Music on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. It's Wesrok 876.
Okay. All right. What you have forward in musical works? Have a
EP
body of work,
coming.
an EP dropping?
We have a EP
Tell
that
about.
is scheduled to drop on the 23rd of April, which is tomorrow.
Yeah.
We have been putting in the work to
This I got next week. Yeah.
get it promoted. We are doing a live performance stage that is being pre-recorded now, and that
'cause
will
I'm
be
like,
a package.
Corona.
That will be a package for the fans out there to see
Okay.
Okay.
Wesrok performing. So the world can look out for that.
All right.
There you
You
go.
know.
I get a very distinguished gentlemanly feel.
Yeah,
from
like,
you, right?
I do
like Kenny
too.
Rogers. So
I
Like
do
Kenny
too.
Rogers.
Yeah.
I was grown that way, thanks to my mother. And
yo, next time just
Yeah.
bring some cowboy hat for it.
yeah, man, I'll definitely bring
Cowboy
those,
hats, son.
You need
I
to
have-
sell
I have
them.
my
Have your merch.
True?
I have a little time when I wear some of them,
What?
Yeah, you have to keep the link.
You want to give them a little something before? Give them a little something. Yeah.
Well, I was born as a brilliant child.
Sick lad.
Never knew what the future holds for me. I can't count all the tears that fall, all the struggles of I work so hard. Never knew that the day would come when I rise from the ghetto and the slum. Now I'm seeing the rising sun, and the glitters and the riches can't done, 'cause I'm a winner.
Wesrok.
See the bad mind police boy. Out there. Yo, the voice don't match him for real.
It
Like when him
does
sing,
not.
as opposed to when him talk, it's different.
It does
it's different.
not.
Different. Bless up, Cyrus, man.
Yeah, man.